Yo, what is good, everybody, man? Hopefully, you are feeling loved and blessed as always, bro. Welcome back to another Kids Room podcast, bro. Brought to you by yours truly, man. Hey, check this out, right? We do a lot of things in life and we strive for a lot of things, man. But sometimes we struggle with getting started. We struggle with putting our thoughts together to bring a finished product to things sometimes. And we have tools and resources nowadays in this day and age that can also make that a lot easier for us, right? So we're in a time of separation, we're in a time of anxiety, and there's a lot of things going on. But I will say this: what's important is to always stay focused, staying focused and being mindful and keeping your focus on the vision, on the goal. That's gonna get you the separation that you want, right? So because when Christ came, even in the word, he wanted to separate the people that were going to be lukewarm, that were going to be on fire for God, right? That were going to be cold or hot. We have to pick a side, right? We cannot be on the fence of things. The fence goes as well. The fence does not make it to the kingdom. It's the people that are on fire for God, and we all can do better with that, right? I created something for that, right? I've really just been working, and over these last few years, with just a lot of just experiences and loss and wins and things like that, a lot of different change. I decided to create a devotional book, a week-long devotional book, not even long, 7 days, and it gives scripture and how to apply to real life. Though a lot of times we read devotionals, a lot of times we read scripture and we do not apply it. That's why I wanted to create this book. I wanted to create this book. Thankfully that God gave me a purpose to want to inform people, want to teach people in a way that isn't in a classroom or anything like that. I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the brightest person. So this is something to be proven that you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the smartest or to have the most money to create something. Your mind is limitless. Your mind has no barriers. Your mind has nothing anchored to it unless you make it like that, right? So the title is Fearless in His Love, a week of trusting God's plan. So, and even with creating this, like it's something that I wasn't fully bought in on at first, but it was something that just from life experiences had me create this book, right? And I never really per se wanted to shoot creating a book or anything like that, but that was something that was created. And I also have something else that is about to launch really soon that I'm gonna start putting previews out for and stuff like that. So make sure you're looking at the social media and things like that, bro. But yeah, man, it's a short little intro right there. But let's get to the next episode. Hey, what is up, everybody, man? Welcome back to another Kids Room podcast, bro. Today, as we talked about a little bit in the beginning, we're gonna be going over separation because we as people, you know what I'm saying? Especially black people, a lot of times we will go against ourselves and we want to build each other up, right? But sometimes our haters come from our own families and our own, you know what I'm saying, friends and stuff like that of the same race, right? And that's not go to say that because I am a black man, that means I need to stand up for things and show things a certain way. I didn't grow up hating on anybody. My father never told me to hate on anybody or anything like that, or to be jealous of anything. My parents always told me to be brought up and I could do anything I put my mind to. That's what my dad used to always tell me. I could do anything I put my mind to, right? But in this day and age, like since so many things are happening for people and you think that it's all real, let me just say social media for real is not real, guys. So like even you have to, like, whatever you listen to, whatever you hear, even from my videos, you know what I'm saying, like test it, like look it up, do those things, and if you disagree or you agree, I would love to hear about it. But the thing is, it's like no one should be called an expert at a lot of things, you know what I'm saying. You know by how they carry themselves and stuff like that, right? No one is perfect, but like I can't go around claiming things and saying things that I'm not living, right? So you should take the time to appreciate and see that God wants to humble you in a certain way to learn a lesson. And that's why I wrote the devotional book. It's like there's separation in the world. There's these things, and Christ wants us to be separated, right? Not separated as in racism and things like that. I'm talking about separation as in belief, as in faith, as in, do you stand on the hard rock of the foundation that God says that He is, or are we standing on our own desires, lust, sexual, you know what I'm saying, immorality, lying, stealing, killing, things like that, right? Or are we standing on those type of things on this country, on the way of life, and with relationships and stuff? Or are we moving towards joining a community, right? Based off of not saying faith or religion, right? Because not everyone's gonna agree, especially if you have a different religion, right? You believe different things. People have different gods and stuff like that. I'm not here to even say people's gods aren't real and stuff like that. All I can say is I believe in God. I believe in Christ, and that's something, like, that I can stand on, and I'm not gonna go away from. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I can strongly believe and say, like, even on this video, and put it out there, that this is what I want to do. This is who I am, right? I'm not perfect in any type of way or anything like that, but I'm wanting to get better. So I want to pour into people. I want to pour into myself. So these things that I want to put out here isn't just stuff that I make up on the top of my head. Like, this is stuff that I've been thinking about for probably 3 or 4 years, and then I put the action to it and implement it, right? But it took time, it took knowledge, it took wisdom, it took preparation, things that I had to let God work me through, and then now I'm here doing these things, speaking to you, whoever's listened to this, and creating things that I thought I would never create, and making an impact in places that I probably thought I'd never make an impact on, right? A lot of times when you see people that are blowing up and have the most inspiration and stuff like that, they were separated for a while. They were excluded for a while, and you never heard about them. You never knew their name until they blew up, and then now it's already known who they are, and it spreads quickly, right? Those people are isolated. They are doing those things, but then you can't forget that, like, your strengths are within yourself, right? So don't go be isolated to look for what everybody else has. Be isolated to find what you have. That's the important part, right? When God showed Joseph vision and had a dream, right, to be on top, to be the head of something, and not the tail, it wasn't to say that everyone else is beneath him, but to be with him. So, someone has to be the leader. Do not get things mistaken. Do not be envious of someone that is brave enough and has courage enough to be a leader, that has faith enough to be a leader, that is disciplined enough to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because that takes work, that takes time. That wasn't something that was just born overnight, though. That person fought hard for that, right? And I could say that because I was told that I could be a leader at a very young age, right? But I was not equipped with the right things at the time, with the right mentality, the right goals, or anything, mindset, right? To achieve that, not even authority. But what I didn't know was that I was trying to aim to be a leader, to be a captain, to try to be in charge of something. But I had to realize that I had to release that, let that go, and be a servant to people. Being a servant to people, and teaching people and speaking to people and speaking positively and doing those things, you know what I'm saying? To soon grow to be a man that I want to be, to be the person I am now, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always this way. I wasn't always thinking like this and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I always knew I wanted to be somebody. I always knew I wanted to help people, but not in a normal, I won't say really normal, but I won't say more of like a commercial way. Like, if people are saying they're going to be a lawyer or a doctor and stuff like that, I just never knew how I was going to help people. But I felt as if, even if it's my voice, even if it's money, even if it's a book, whatever, that was what's gonna separate me from everybody else. And the fact that I'm willing enough, and I won't know, people probably would say dumb enough to do it, like, so be it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm crazy enough to chase my dreams. I'm dumb enough to do things, and not really think of it sometimes. But I know that whatever I am doing at an impulsive rate or an impulsive decision, I do have to have second thoughts on not doubting myself, but making sure that this hopefully will benefit me. And if it doesn't feel like it's benefiting me now, then at least I know later it should, right? Those are just investments. That's delayed gratitude and things like that, gratification. Nothing is instant in this life if you want it for a long time. So it's something that you have to build from the ground up. Ground up. Rome was not built overnight. That's what my mentor uh, that I still have. I haven't talked to him for a while, but that's as I grew up, I had a mentor, and he told me consistently, Rome was not built overnight. It's okay to fail. It's okay to do those things, but you have to learn, right? And you're gonna find out that life is hard, and you're gonna do these things, but you're gonna get through it, right? So Joseph had to be prepared for many years before he was the right hand of Pharaoh. He had to go through things, trials and errors. People can make $1 million and then be broke again, and then make even more money and then have it long lasting. So it's similar to that, guys. You don't always want to believe that you're gonna stay somewhere, but you're either going to progress, and even if you lose something, you know that you're progressing more because you didn't lose what? Your mind. You didn't lose your spirit. You didn't lose your knowledge, your wisdom, right? So you might have lost a car or a house or a relationship or a person or a thing, but you did not lose yourself, right? That's what's important. If no one else is going to save you, no one else is going to bring yourself back whenever you are struggling and things like that, guys. Everyone's fighting a battle of their own, even whether we see it or not. But this is what it is, though. This is the times. This is the life, and we're now more aware of it than ever. So what are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna take action, or are we gonna sit idly by and let things just go, right? So that's a big thing for me, man. Like motivation and stuff like that. I've had great family and friends in my life that even when they were going through something, they still looked out for others, and then they still made sure things were gonna happen, whether it looked good or it didn't look good, man. So I don't have an excuse, right? My parents moved when we were young to Texas, right? From Louisiana, from New Orleans, after Katrina and stuff. They had 3 kids at the time, like moving. I can't even imagine how my father and my mom was like doing that stuff. So that's only God, bro. And sometimes God doesn't just want to bless your family members, but he's seeing that like I was gonna do this one day, or my sister, or my brother, they were gonna do something one day, or my parents were one day gonna be able to relax and stuff. But I gotta do my thing and make sure that whatever God had for me, it was for a reason. He didn't let us stay behind for a reason. God did these things for a reason, man, and I have to really stand on that. And now I cannot get it out of my head that God has really placed me in a position to do these things, and whether I know it or not, that I have to be infumed with the Spirit daily and make a decision daily to deny my flesh, to deny my own desires, right? And to continue to follow Christ, continue to want to be the man that He wants me to be, and talk to the people that He wants me to talk to, and do the things that He wants me to do, so then I can benefit the people that He wants me to benefit, whether it's not even of my name or anything like that, but whatever it took for me to do what I had to do for somebody else to hear it and benefit from it. That's what I'm talking about, bro. The grand scheme of things. Christ did everything to benefit us. Died on the cross, suffered, went through the same thing that we went through, got tempted, all these things for us, bro. So everything that you're going through, it has to be for a reason. It has to be for someone, something. So what is that someone or something? You have to find that out. You have to find your purpose, find your mission, and do that. You know what I'm saying? Do that and move forward. And if it fails, it fails. But you know that it failed. So then next time you know how to make it successful. If it doesn't fails again, then try again, right? God will bless those that fall, right? You're gonna keep falling and keep getting up. God's gonna bless you, right? So I can't emphasize enough, man. Like, this isn't a joke. I can't make this up. Like, this is something that is in my mind, in my spirit, bro. Like every day that something is close, and I've known it for years, bro. But now, like more than ever, it's like, what else is stopping me? What else is holding me back? And if the only thing is me, then I have no excuse, bro. When I think about everything that's happened in my life and all that stuff, bro, good or not, it brought me to this moment in time, and it brought me to this point, and I will stand on that. And I have to stand on that because God stood by me every time I didn't want to stand by Him, and He never gave up on me. And that's why I have to be who I am. That's why there's Kids Room Podcast. That's why there's this ebook, and that's why there's something else I'm coming out with. That's why. That like God wanted me. I don't want to be known for my name, but that kid that did this, that kid, whatever. Like, I don't even care if people know my name like that, bro. But if they find a video, they hear my voice, they do something, they see a video, whatever, I want them to know that, like, if it did change their life, or it did think about something, like, that's why I do what I do. It wasn't because I did it, but God gave me a gift, and then I cannot forsake that gift by not doing it. So God, I intended it for you to do that because God wanted me to intend that for you. right? So, but yeah, bro, like that's it, man. Like, God bless y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this episode, bro. Definitely check out the ebook. Definitely give it a read and stuff like that, bro. Like, it's $7.99 on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the bio, bro. Not that much. I don't really. It's not about the money or anything like that, bro. I don't want to be rich off of people buying stuff from me, bro. Like, all this stuff is just, at the end of the day, it's something that I want to benefit others, and putting material and content out to benefit others, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's one soul, 1,000 souls, whatever, that's it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care what I gain in this life materialistically. Like, I want people to talk good about me. I want like my family to be good, you know what I'm saying? Whether I'm here or not, like, hopefully I have a family one day, like a beautiful family of my own, and we will come together, and those things will happen for us as well, bro. So this life is long, but at the same time it's fast. As you get older, things start to come quick because we fill our lives up with a lot of different things, bro. But God has given us a lot of things, and God has blessed me with knowledge and wisdom at a young age, and I'm gonna continue to use it and speak to who I need to speak to, and let it be known. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one, and I'm gonna get with y'all on the next one.